Let's go. What are you waiting for?
Woo!
There we are.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I feel like I just saw you.
Pretty much. Pretty close.
For those that don't know, we had Thanksgiving the other day, and I don't know about you, Ken. I felt like I ate so much I didn't eat it all the next day at lunch.
The thing is, I really didn't eat that much, but I felt like I ate a ton. Like, I really only had one plate of food. I had the extra plate for stuffing, but that's because I didn't get it the first time. And I felt like I ate like 10 plates of food. I don't know why, but yeah, it was very filling though. It was good, for sure. But I don't know if I'm just eating less these days and eating a Thanksgiving meal really filled me up. I'm not sure, but I
Well, they
definitely.
were oblong plates. They weren't round plates. They were oblong.
Yeah, that's true. It's
So
probably more like a plate and a half of food in real life.
Yeah, I'm not too different than you with the biking I've been doing and the calorie counting. That was a lot to eat.
Yeah.
But so I know you're a stuffing guy. How did the stuffing rate against stovetop?
I thought it was good. It honestly, it was apart from stovetop, which is my favorite, and some people would argue, "Well, you don't know much." Okay, maybe I don't, but, um, I liked your stuffing the best that I've had from stuffings apart from stovetop.
There you go.
So, it was good. It was definitely good.
So that's like a old family recipe, like my grandfather wrote down. I'm told that so we used to, both Kenneth and I used to live up in the Northeast. So the thing is, this is the one thing I miss about winter. You ready for it?
Go ahead.
I miss being able to put the soda and stuff from you can't fit in your fridge outside this time of year because it's cold.
Put it outside in my garage in that fridge.
Yeah. Well, you have a garage fridge in Florida, but I do miss where there'd be a bank of snow and you could throw like your 2-liter in the bank of snow and you wouldn't have to worry about it. It'd be cold.
Yeah.
Or what we did, and this is relevant for the stuffing, when we had no room in the fridge, it'd be like, 20 degrees outside. We just put the stuffing literally outside on the back porch and it'd be cold and you'd have it and get it the next day. You wouldn't take up room in your refrigerator. It was a good time. One year, my mom put the stuffing outside and it snowed 6 inches overnight. Because the stuffing was hot. The water got into the stuffing from the snow.
Oh.
And so, what do you think my mom did? She just drained the water off and rebaked it.
Well, as long as it wasn't yellow snow, you're probably okay.
Yeah, but cloud snow technically is just cleaning the pollution out of the sky, and just
Pretty
comes.
much.
That's what rain does and snow does. It gets the pollution out of the sky and puts it down on the ground. So who knows what chemicals got into the stuffing? But who's got to notice? Just drain the water out of the stuffing,
It
put
just
it in that bird anyway.
adds extra taste. That's all it does.
So that was the family joke for a long time. It was like it just is missing the snow and the rainwater. So then,
Yikes.
I don't know. I think I shared with you. So we had Thanksgiving together, and then my church had Thanksgiving last night.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a Southern family. I love them. They're a really wonderful family. And the wife made dressing. And she was chastising me for dressing, calling it stuffing and not dressing. I said, well, it's because we actually, stuff it into the bird. And she's like, that's disgusting. Why would you do
that? Gives it flavor. It's what you're supposed to do.
Well, what they do is they dress the bird. They like sometimes they literally put it on the bird.
Okay. All right.
So I don't know.
I guess that makes sense. I guess it depends on where you're from.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we don't have enough time for some like history nerd stuff there, but it literally that's how it works. English peoples, here you go. This is what it is. If there's a hole in something, people from England were like, I bet you we can get some sausage and potatoes in there.
Yeah.
That's where that comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. I have felt full for days. I've been eating Thanksgiving food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner today. You just put gravy on it and it makes it good.
Hey.
And, sandwiches. Though the one thing we didn't have that I wish we did have is I don't have any leftover cranberry sauce. So
oh yeah,
yeah. But that's
worth going to the store just to buy some more of it just for that purpose. In my book.
Oh yeah. So that's what we've been up to. So I feel like like I said, we just saw each other. I don't know. There's nothing I've watched really since I've seen you. I watched some sports. Have you done anything else besides our assignment over the last for the last 48 hours since I saw you?
Yeah, not really. No, haven't really had time. So, we'll have more time to the next session.
Yeah.
All the more stuff to make up for. So that's how I look at it. But,
why don't we get to our first segment here? So we've done this in the past. Where I interviewed you as to what are your favorite Halloween candies. And there was some drama over this because you like candy corn, and it's okay to be wrong, but it's disgusting. So today I have for you a Christmas tier list. Now I'm going to be mostly looking at the tier list over here. I'm going to see if I can make it bigger. So I'll be doing my best to pay attention to you. So, Ken, this is very simple. S is superior. A is good. B is like, I'll eat it. C, and I'm going to change it from D to trash. This is just, don't put it on my plate. All right.
That sounds good.
No,
thanks. I don't have my glasses on. I can still barely see it. What's the middle one? Don't hate. Oh, don't hate it. Okay.
So S tier, the best.
Okay.
Best thing ever. Best thing ever. Yes, please. Doesn't hate it. No thanks. And just straight trash. So let's start with, I think, an easy one. And I do mean easy. Where would you put just dinner rolls? These are not special. These are just regular dinner rolls. We're not talking Hawaiian rolls. We're just talking regular dinner rolls.
Honestly, for me, I'd probably put a don't hate it.
So you'd eat it, but you're not like going out of your way.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? It's kind of plate filler.
Yeah.
If they're there, I'm not going to grab it first.
Yeah.
I don't hate it, but there's other things to get. Okay, let's go to something a little bit more controversial. Let's go to creamed corn. I have never had creamed corn for Thanksgiving.
Creamed corn, I would say probably no thanks.
No thanks. That would be
It just
straight
doesn't
trash.
seem. I mean, I would eat it if it was the only thing there, but it doesn't fit with Thanksgiving in my book.
Yeah. Okay, let's stick in that vein. How about corn on the cob?
For Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
for the sake of Thanksgiving, I'm putting that in the trash.
Really?
I don't. Have you had corn on the cob for Thanksgiving before?
So trash, I think, is for things that are like, I would save personally. Okay, personally, I'd save trash for things that are at Thanksgiving that have no business being there, but are always will be there. But corn on the cob would be like a no thanks because it's not a Thanksgiving thing. But that, hey, I'll put it where you put it. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, so let's me stick to it. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is, well, let's see how you say mashed potatoes.
Oh, that's all the way to the top on that one. Best.
Yeah. I mean, I won't give my opinion on this because this is the next thing. Let's talk about the star of the event, the turkey.
Turkey, yes, best.
Now, really? Okay, so if you had to put between the two, which one's better? Mashed potatoes or roast turkey? What would you take more of?
Okay, all right. Now that I'm thinking about that, the turkey would actually go yes, please.
Okay. Now, why?
Because I'll go back for seconds on things like mashed potatoes, even if I don't go back for turkey.
Yeah. Especially if it's like what's her name? What Southern Chef,
Oh,
always
I know
with
who.
butter and everything, Paula Deen type
Yes.
potatoes.
Yeah.
You guys went to that restaurant, didn't you? Or am I thinking of someone else?
I don't think we went there.
I know
We've
somebody
been.
went recently.
No, it wasn't us.
Yeah, I think I agree with that ranking because turkey can fall down as far as I don't hate it, depending on who's doing it. You
No,
know,
that's a good point. That's a good point because if my son-in-law is making it, it's going all the way to the top, and that's no joke.
I've heard it was the second best turkey there, though. I heard it was the second best turkey that day.
Depends on who's ranking it.
Depends on who's ranking it. The second best turkey you've ever had was by your son-in-law. All right, let's see. These showed up at Thanksgiving this year. Deviled eggs.
Ooh, that is definitely best.
So I love deviled eggs, but I never thought of them as a Thanksgiving thing.
No, we've always had them as Thanksgiving.
Huh? Okay. Well,
Yeah,
then I'm not upset that they showed up at our Thanksgiving. I love them, but
they
I
can
think of them
show
as
up
like,
anywhere. They
I
can
mean,
show
I'm
up
right there
anywhere,
with you.
anytime in my book.
If this was just a regular tier list, those are at the top. If this was like a picnic tier list, those are top rank.
Yeah.
I eat those any number of ways. I just we got to make a new section. I think like this is good. Doesn't belong at Thanksgiving. I wonder if I could add one. I'm gonna do that. Not like this. It doesn't mean it's bad. It just doesn't belong at Thanksgiving.
That works.
All
right.
well, let me change the color here. It's because we gotta, because this is the thing. There are like corn on the cob.
That
That
doesn't. Yeah, that doesn't
it
belong
doesn't belong at Thanksgiving.
No.
It's good. I like a good corn on the cob.
Although, for all we know, the Pilgrims had it, so who knows?
You know.
It's like going to Taco Bell and saying that's Mexican food. It's like it's really not, but it tastes good.
Yeah, I mean, the Bell family. I'm gonna put that a different color. You can barely read it the way it is right now. To say not Thanksgiving, if this will work, and add row above. Boom. It does not want to change the name. Oh, there it goes. So okay.
There you go.
Not Thanksgiving. Okay. So
Okay, so
I would put that as in like S tier, but not Thanksgiving. But I was sure happy to see it. Hey, we got somebody just chimed in. I don't know who that is. I hope you're doing great this evening. We are in the middle of ranking. Well, Ken is anyway. The
my
various Thanksgiving foods today. All right, so I'm going to put this one up here. Where do peas go?
oh, that is trash.
Yeah, I'm right there with
Absolute
you.
trash.
I hate peas.
Me too.
Oh, my wife, you could get her a bowl of peas and maybe if she was feeling like it, add some butter on it with some salt and she could eat the whole thing. Me, I'm turning as green as the peas even looking at them.
Yeah, like
Ugh.
if you make shepherd's pie and it's got corn and stuff in there, great. But I've had it where people put all peas in it. I'm like, what are you
Ugh.
doing? And then you have to eat it because to be polite. But it's like, I hate peas. I absolutely hate peas.
So here's the conundrum I have when it comes to food that people make for you. As a pastor, when we have like dinners, I'm like almost obligated to try everyone's everything.
Yeah.
And so we had a new family join the church, and she made a ham soup with a pea soup with ham. And she sat at my table. She was super excited. She was sitting with the pastor, and she made this thing. It's like a family recipe, and I hate peas. And so here I am with the smallest bowl of pea soup going, bleh.
And how do you hide it? Like
Oh, I just,
if I hate it, I can't hide the expression on my face. I try, but I can't. And everyone, what's wrong? Oh, it's great. I'm like, but it's like I can't. My face betrays me. There's nothing I can do about it.
so you and I were kind of raised
Horrible.
the same way, which is you got to be respectful.
Yeah,
You
that's
just,
the worst thing. It's like, and they're right in front of you. It's like if
ugh.
someone gives you a dish to try at home, that's easy because then you just, oh yeah, it was good, and then you never threw it in the trash. But if they're in front of you, you have to be polite. You have to pretend that you like it, even if it's revolting. You know,
Ugh.
and it's
So
not that
yeah,
they made it bad. It's just that the item itself, you find revolting.
yeah.
What
And
do you
so
do?
here's something I find revolting. Where was it? There was mushrooms. Where was the mushrooms one? Um,
Is
oh,
it like stuffed mushrooms
it
or
was just where are they? Crescent rolls, brown, deep fried oyster mushrooms.
you said oysters? Trash.
Okay, yeah. Well, oysters or mushrooms are just I wish I liked mushrooms. I don't know about you. Just
I
hate them.
like mushrooms, but oysters, eh. I
Yeah.
can't have oysters anyway, which I'm glad I don't like them because I can't have them anyway.
Okay, so let's do something that's going to be an easy one. Hawaiian rolls.
Hawaiian rolls, I'll put that in this don't hate.
Doesn't hate it.
Yeah.
I feel like your wife likes to make things with them though, and every time she does, they're great.
Oh yeah, no, they're good. I mean, and especially she'll make the sliders with them,
Oh
which are
yeah.
which are really good. Um, but keeping in context, this is Thanksgiving,
Okay.
right? So
So yeah. Okay, so let's go with another one that I'm baked potato. Where are we putting that one?
baked potato at Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
I would say it doesn't belong.
Not Thanksgiving.
No.
Not Thanksgiving does not mean, just for the people chiming in, does not mean that we hate it. It just doesn't belong at the meal.
Yeah, it's
You
out
know,
of it's in the wrong table.
just like corn on the cob. Hey, I love corn on the cob. No, this ain't it. All right, all right. So
Right.
it makes a separation here. So let's do these together. Cranberry sauce and jellied cranberry sauce. So the
Okay,
one, so the one like your son-in-law made after 10 hours. The other one you just cracked open a can that you got at Publix.
I I have to say that the canned cranberry sauce, the jelloed cranberry sauce, I love, and that has to be yes, please. Um, I hate to say this, but the other kind I don't like. I would have to put no thanks just because I don't like and I know it's like it's real cranberry sauce, right? I should like it, but I really don't because I grew up on the canned stuff. So kind of like stovetop stuffing, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, I have to say a no thanks on that.
Yeah, it's funny because we're both from where cranberries are grown, you
Yeah,
know, and
the jelly
it's
version's
not
great.
it's not a thing really down here, right? I remember cranberry juice like everywhere, and it's hardly available down here.
Yeah,
You
there's not
know?
much of a selection in the store to get it. I mean, you can get real cranberry juice, and I buy it. But yeah, it's like a little small section. Whenever you get all this other stuff on the shelf, that's of course, down here it's orange juice and then cranberry
I mean, I
juice.
like orange juice; it's great. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
just back where we're from, they have it everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Because the bogs are you could go not too far from a bog, though I've never been in one. All right, so
No,
let's go on here. We're talking about turkey. Where does the fried turkey go? Have you ever fried a turkey?
I haven't fried one, but a friend of ours did. Um, I would put that at don't hate.
Doesn't hate it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We just had a fried turkey yesterday. Parts of it were really good and parts of it were really dry.
If you don't do it right, it ruins it. It's like
Yeah.
my friend did it for the first time, and so he gave it his best effort, but yeah, it was spotty. It's like there's a science to it. And if you do it right, it's supposedly great. But um and if maybe it was done right, maybe I would bump that up. But as of now, don't hate.
Okay. All right, let's do one that has some that people might feel some controversy about. The green bean casserole.
Um Honestly, I'm gonna put no thanks.
I've
I've
had a
eaten it.
lot of
I've
like yeah, go
Go
ahead.
ahead. I was gonna say I've eaten it before, but it's not. And for some people, it's tradition. Now, for in my
Yeah.
house growing up, it wasn't tradition. So to me, it's kind of out of place. But I don't hate it, but it's not my favorite. Let me put it
Yeah.
that way.
It
Nothing against anyone that makes it.
yeah, I can I'm right there with you. It should be there because it's always there. But I'm gonna pick that. I'm if somebody brought it, I'll grab it, but I'm not going out of my way. I agree with
Yeah.
you. It's just not me. All right, so this I did not grow up this way, but where does ham belong at Thanksgiving?
Honestly, I don't think it belongs.
I'm
Now,
like,
some people might hate me for saying that, but we didn't grow up with it. That to me, that's an Easter thing.
yeah, I'm gonna put both hams there. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I
Yeah.
get like so at the Thanksgiving thing at church yesterday, they had a huge tray of ham, and people were maybe it's a Southern thing, just eat ham at Thanksgiving.
I don't think it's a Southern thing. Maybe it's where you and I are both from, we didn't do that.
Yeah.
But you go to New England, they'll do that.
Hmm.
And people down here obviously do it. So, um, members of my family will do it. And so, and I know at this Thanksgiving, there's going to be not only we're going to have turkey, we're also going to have ham. So, and that's coming from the New England side. So I don't know. Maybe we were in that pocket where we don't do that. The
Yeah.
pocket of no ham.
Now I'll say this: I do like honey ham.
Oh, me too.
Yeah. I'm not there for that. All right,
Yeah,
so let me do one that okay, Brussels sprouts.
doesn't belong.
Really,
Now I
not Thanksgiving?
it no it. I'll eat Brussels sprouts, um, but not for Thanksgiving. No.
I love them.
Oh, I love them too.
Oh yeah, they're great.
Which as a kid I hated them, but as an adult, if they're done right, I love them.
So you want to hear my thought on this? You might reject me forever after doing this. I love Brussels sprouts, and because of the Brussels sprouts, I actually love kale.
Kale, kale's. I've had kale. It's not my
It
favorite.
is it is like spinach grew up. It is it. I didn't want to like kale because all like the foofy like, oh, I want to have kale. It's like
Yeah,
no, let's get that nonsense out of here. And then I had kale. I was like, wow, this is like if Popeye had kale as opposed to spinach, Bluto would have been blown away in one hit. He wouldn't have kept coming back. He would have been done.
would have been done.
Anyway,
That would have been the end of
how
the
many
series.
people get a Popeye reference anymore?
Yeah, they
Like
probably
nobody,
Pop
right?
who?
All right, so let's keep going here. Let's do something sweet for a little bit. I've been doing a lot of the main stuff. Um, where's the sweet potato casserole? Sweet potato pie. Let's start with sweet potato pie. Where's that going?
Sweet potato pie. That would be a yes, please.
Yeah. Okay, right up there with it, candied yams.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah. Let's go down the line. Banana pudding.
Me, no thanks.
That seems like it's more of a southern thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we never had it growing up.
I like banana pudding,
It's
but
okay.
yeah, it seems more like if you grew up in the South, that would probably be a thing. And you know what else is apparently a southern thing? Mac and cheese. Does that belong at Thanksgiving?
No,
So not Thanksgiving, or
not Thanksgiving.
so again, what I've read is that if you grew up in the South, that mac and cheese is at Thanksgiving every year. But like only since I've been in Florida have I had mac and cheese at Thanksgiving.
Huh.
Yeah. So I liked it. We had it together the other night. It was great. It was a really great mac and cheese. It's just not something you do unless you're from the South. So
Yeah,
but we did have at least one genuine Southerner in the room. So you know. Well,
true.
technically, you have a I'm going to say grandchild who is also half Southern. Then, as a result, you ever
Yeah,
think? Yeah,
yes, you are correct. Actually, you are correct.
my
And
wife is a grandchild of a Southerner, so
yeah, I didn't think about that, but you're right.
I guess there would have been at least some of that represented in the room. All
Yeah,
right, let's do something. Let's do some beverages. Apple cider or spiced cider.
apple cider, yes, please. I have to
Yeah,
be careful how much I drink of that because it. But I like it. I do like it.
yeah. Potato. So there it is. The sweet potato casserole. It's got the marshmallows on it.
Nope. Take
Nope.
that
What?
out of there.
So we're talking trash?
Trash. I hate marshmallows.
What?
Oh yes, I hate
Even
marshmallows.
would you? Okay, you take the marshmallows off. Would you eat the sweet potato casserole?
I don't know because I never had it because I hate marshmallows.
Wow.
So I
Oh
don't
man,
know. I don't know.
I love Rice Krispie treats. Do you hate Rice Krispie treats?
I won't eat them.
Wow. What is it? Is it just like
I
vile?
as a kid, I could have them roasted we used to roast marshmallows and stuff, no problem. But for somewhere along the way, as an adult, I grew to hate marshmallows. And I don't know
Wow.
if it's so in New England. Talk about New England. They have what's called peanut butter and fluff, which is peanut
I
butter and
love fluff.
marshmallow on sandwich. I
Oh, I love them.
I want to barf just thinking about it. But like,
Really?
oh yeah, but like my kids love it. My wife loves it. I want to gag when I think about it. And I don't know if that's what caused it, because we moved to New England when I was 11, and that's the first I had heard of that, and I'm thinking maybe that has something to do with it. Because I don't honestly remember when I started hating marshmallow other than when that came up, that the thought of it makes me sick. So,
I
ugh,
love. I see. Yeah, there we go. I love fluffernutter sandwiches.
yuck.
They are great. All
Ugh.
right, Kelly, just so you could see, just so you could understand the tier list. Ken is rating things. There's best thing ever. This is he's got to eat at our time. Yes, please. These are things that he'll have. Maybe we'll get seconds of, but best thing ever is a guaranteed second. Doesn't hate it is if it's at there, we'll probably grab it. No thanks is if it's at the table, he's not going to pick it up. This category, which is not a category that means that we hate it, but it's there because these things don't belong at Thanksgiving.
Right.
Uh, so not Thanksgiving does not mean it's hated. It's just I don't know why it's at the table. And then of course trash should be explanation. It should be easy to understand. These things are straight trash. Like peas. I'm sorry. I totally agree. Peas are trash. Ken does not
Absolutely.
like fried oysters, or so he said no. And apparently Ken just does not like fun and hates marshmallows. Um,
I like the marshmallows and Lucky Charms, and I like circus peanuts. Now, explain that. I don't know, but
I don't know.
'Cause
So
I didn't
apparently,
know till a few years ago that circus peanuts were actually marshmallows.
wow. So
So,
apparently, both of our wives like peas. I
yes.
bleh. No, thanks. Um, they're yeah, no. Okay,
Terrible.
so I'm gonna ask you this one because I have literally no idea what this is. What do you think about booty noodles?
Booty noodles, I never heard of them.
I don't
Um,
even know what a booty noodle is. Should I
I'm
even
putting
look
that
it up?
in, yeah, the doesn't belong aisle. I've never heard of that. Maybe that's like a Western thing or something. We've hit everything
Oh,
else.
oh, you do know what it is. It doesn't not Thanksgiving. All right, you ready to learn what a booty noodle is?
What is it?
I was a little afraid to type this into Google because it sounds questionable.
Yeah.
Booty noodles is a nickname for chitlins, which are pig intestine.
Yikes. No, I'm definitely not eating that at any point. You know what? Just put that straight in the trash now that I
you and
know what
I
it is.
you and I just are not from the South because
Right next to the
apparently
marshmallow casserole.
get so yeah, it's like Southern soul food. It's like
If you say
chitlins.
so.
Yeah. Oh, really? Do you like Scrabble? Hey, Scrabble is not booty noodles, okay?
I don't recall that person liking pig intestines either. So, but
Scrabble is pig intestine.
in a different form.
I wasn't gonna go there, Kelly, but I think that's a pretty good estimation as to why.
That's probably the case.
Oh man. Ugh. Um, let's see. All right, so we know where this is going. This is stuffing without sausage.
So is that stovetop?
I'm gonna say that's the stovetop. Well, I'll do it already for
Well,
you.
that's going up to the best. Absolutely.
All right, and then stuffing with sausage. This is like, somebody made it. Didn't use the box.
Um, yeah, I'll put yes, please on that.
I
I'll
made
try
a
it out.
cornbread stuffing a couple years ago. I did never did that again. It's like it's just
Yeah,
not my
I,
thing.
I had that several years ago, and I'm like, what is this cardboard? I mean,
Uh,
cardboard
all
stuffing.
right, all right. So okay, mac and cheese we did in Thanksgiving. Baked mac and cheese. I'll pop that next to that one unless you want to move that.
No
All right. So once upon a time, I had different feelings about this. Where does asparagus go?
asparagus.
Yeah.
Um, I'm, I'm gonna be kind and do doesn't belong. I almost want to
Not
put it in the trash, but I'll put it in doesn't belong. Because I've had asparagus. If asparagus is done right, it's good. If it's not done right, it's awful. So
I'm right there with you. I like it on
yeah,
the grill.
yeah,
If it's grilled veggies are great. Okay,
yeah.
same thing with green beans. This is not green bean casserole. This is just green beans.
Don't hate it.
It doesn't hate it. Well, we did. That's not a big one. So far, most of these things are doing well. um, okay, so we just talked about it. Cornbread.
Cornbread itself for Thanksgiving. I'm gonna put don't hate it.
I've had top tier cornbread, but I've had a lot of this is terrible cornbread.
Yeah,
I feel like I get a lot of this is the driest thing I ever ate cornbread. I
that's
get
what they
like
make butter for.
yeah, I get like you get 9 of those for every one of them. That's like wow, that was excellent.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
this is a southern thing.
What is
Um,
that?
red velvet cake.
Red velvet cake. I'm gonna put that at yes, please. Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Yeah, I think a
I
red
don't
velvet
care if
cake.
it doesn't listen. I don't care if that doesn't belong to Thanksgiving. It's gonna be eaten at Thanksgiving. It's just if it shows up at my table.
I mean, I agree. I just wasn't raised with it.
No, I wasn't either. But I don't. I'm breaking the rule on this one.
All right, so Kelly says cornbread is mad. Cornbread pudding is the best thing on the planet. I agree with you that cornbread pudding is great, but I've had 90% of the time cornbread is just not good. because people don't know how to make it. You know?
Cornbread pudding, I'm not a fan of it. I think only because I didn't grow up with it. So
Yeah.
I'm not real crazy about that. But
I like it, but all right. So I there you go. Ken, would you have a glass of wine with Thanksgiving?
depends on who's there. I'll probably have to put no thanks for that one. I'll
There
be
you
polite.
go. Let's see. Man, you guys, there's a lot of it. Yeah, what is it? Yeah, chocolate cake with tons of red dye, number whatever. That is red velvet cake.
It's a special occasion though.
Yeah, it is a southern thing. I don't know what it is, what that's about. This okay, I know how to think about this one. Somebody brings in a plate or a casserole dish of roasted veggies.
You know, I'm gonna throw that in the trash.
Yeah, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
Bringing
You're not coming
roasted
back
veggies?
next year. You're not invited next year.
Yeah, everyone's on notice. Don't bring roasted veggies to Thanksgiving at the Bropes house. At Kenneth's house. Um, let's see. Okay, I know how I feel about that. Brown gravy.
Oh, that's definitely gonna be yes, please.
Yeah,
No, you
I'd
know
put
what?
that.
Yeah, yes, please. Yes, please.
That would be up at best thing ever for me, but
You know
yeah.
what? I've been yeah. Actually, yeah. If there's no gravy there, I'm leaving. So yeah, put that up to the top, please.
Good gravy is that makes it. That
Yeah.
makes it. Well, I think we should wrap this up. So let's just move on to only desserts from here on out. We've been doing this one for a couple of minutes. Pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie is going up to best.
That okay. What about apple pie then?
Best.
Wow. Okay, somebody brings a pecan pie.
You can throw that in the trash.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
And then let's wrap up with peach cobbler.
Peach cobbler, no thanks.
No thanks.
No. That's got to be a southern thing, I would imagine.
Yeah, well, we had that at our Thanksgiving. I mean, I liked it. My wife made it. My wife made it, so I have to put that there for me. But
I'm not saying it's bad. I just don't care for it.
I hear you.
I don't have it. So I can't even judge who makes what on that. See how safe I was? That was a safe comment I just made.
Yeah. I'm still shocked about sweet potato casserole hitting in the straight trash.
Oh, well.
I am surprised.
The marshmallows did it. I'm telling you. Marshmallows did it. That was it. So, yeah, I think that's a pretty good list there.
Yeah, Kelly, that's literally what it is. I love imagining someone just throwing an entire casserole dish in the trash at Thanksgiving. Yeah, but you have to do it right in front of them. Like, what were you thinking?
Yeah, do a real big, this face like this, So,
like, what? No, there. Yeah, well, Kelly, next year you need to bring the booty noodles. And with that, I think we should put this tier list to bed.
Yeah, I think the moment everyone's been waiting for tonight, our Hallmark Christmas movie review, and I have a special intro for it. So let's see what happens. What do you think about that? Is that a Hallmarky enough?
It was so the only house that's decorated in the neighborhood
is the gingerbread house.
It's the gingerbread house.
Oh, yes.
And then, of course, the two dads on the couch. Great.
We're going to see that for the next month.
So, Ken, I was not sure how this segment would go with us reviewing the Hallmark movies. And I was thinking, you know what? We're going to torture ourselves for the viewer's pleasure. And, I liked the Hallmark movie last night.
Did you really?
Oh
I,
man,
I liked making fun of it.
it was so cheesy.
It was
Oh man, was it so? You ever watch something that is just so? I'm not gonna say bad. It was just so full of cheese, and the acting was just so over the top
the
that,
the overacting was overwhelming.
and it was so funny.
It was just like, are these people for real? So it's like, what was the point though of putting the bills in there? Is that was that supposed to draw men into watching these
Oh,
things?
totally. Totally. That was just to get the guys to watch. That was a non-point in the whole plot.
Yeah, that literally had
Um,
nothing to do with anything.
now so my wife is from the Buffalo region,
Mhm.
so I can tell you, having watched the movie with my wife, she was analyzing, and because we've been married for a while now, I can pick up on what's authentic and what's not.
Yeah.
Um, the accents they were doing were so bad.
Oh, yeah.
Their accents were like New York City, which people from Buffalo do not sound like they're from New York City.
No,
And
no.
when they would try to sound a little bit like it would drop right back into New York City in a hot second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
mean, they and could you not have picked a worst actor to play Santa Claus? I mean,
so
Santa Claus
okay,
is a fat, jolly guy. It's like
well,
they
this
picked like the opposite.
this is 2025. You can't have fat Santa Claus.
I guess not, apparently.
So
But you
okay,
can have fat Mrs. Claus.
so was that the real Santa Claus?
Well, his voice got noticeably deeper by the end of the movie, so I'm
Oh, for
thinking it was
sure.
supposed to be.
I
But
think that so Hallmark puts out an official, so you guys can see it. There's a official Christmas bingo card. Let me pull it up real quick for y'all. They put out a bingo card. This is put out by Hallmark themselves. All right. And one of the questions is it Santa in disguise? Uh, I'm not kidding. Um, hold on
um,
here.
it's like, I mean, that was
There
so
it is.
predictable. It was so predictable.
Okay, so here's the card. Let me make it. Let me do this and add it to stage. Okay,
Okay.
so I had this movie card out while playing the watching the film, and so I determined that was the real Santa Claus, like the guy who drops gifts off at your house on
Yeah.
midnight Christmas Eve. That he was not some guy in a suit. I think he was just a vehicle to move the scenes forward. So, oh, apparently I've done that bingo card with my daughter-in-law and my daughter while watching a Hallmark. We watched Hallmark. Let me tell you, it was made the movie even funnier to watch for me and my wife.
It yeah, I watched it, with my family, and we did spend a lot of time making fun of it. Um, I'm one of those people, I pick everything apart. So I'm like, "Okay, so you have a doctor, the woman was the doctor."
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yep.
"That is one doctor that hardly ever works." You know, she's always out goofing off when real doctors are working 90 hours a week, but apparently she doesn't work 90 hours a week. So I pick all these things apart and, you know, just all the unrealistic things that are going on. No guy talks the way those guys talk, you know? "Well, you just need to tell her about your feelings." It's like, says no guy ever, right? So it's like, I what's funny to me though is like they have an audience, right?
Oh, for
they have
sure.
a niche. And it doesn't matter how bad the movie's written or how cheesy it is or sappy, that audience eats that stuff up.
They are locked in.
Yeah. I mean, my idea, I remember back in when he was real popular, Tom Clancy. He wrote a bunch of books,
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
made movies about him, like the Hunt for Red October, Patriot Games, you know, movies like that that were books. And that guy spent an enormous amount of time doing research with military and government consultants and stuff, so that he put together a plausible story, you know, that made sense and sounded realistic. It's like these guys didn't like research like I think the writer like lives on Mars or something. Like, he's never met a man, right? And or a doctor or someone that works for the Bills or the any of that stuff. And it's just funny how even though it was honestly poorly written, people love it. There are people that love that stuff.
It
And
was so I would say that they had Bills players. They had
yes,
they oh
which
man, I'm let me mute this one here. Mute
and
this.
their acting was so bad. It was even worse than the regular cast. It was funny, but that's usually
It
how that works.
it was so good because it was so bad.
Yeah.
Let me be actually a little kinder. Let me share this tab for real quick. Um, so that's the film we watched, A Holiday Touchdown, a Bills love story. The Bills part of it was just, I think the NFL or the Bills organization partnered with Hallmark so that they can sell more swag. And let me tell you, they were wearing the nicest and also most expensive new Bills gear that there is.
Oh
They
yeah.
had some of their best players, but they didn't have their quarterback, whose name is Josh Allen. Josh Allen did not make a cameo. They had their coach, who was Sean McDermott. Sean
Hmm.
McDermott loves the Lord, Ken. I don't know if you know that. It's good to see that they had that there.
Hmm.
But the actors were just as cheesy as everyone else. They made a point of them eating hot wings all the time, buffalo wings.
Yeah.
They
And
okay, so my
Carhartt Carhartt was sponsoring the show too.
and so was Toyota because they kept driving that. And by the way, I would take one of those Land Rovers, but
Yeah.
Land Cruisers. People in Buffalo really do wear a lot of swag in real life, but that was a little much. um, that's my wife, everybody. So I will say that it was funny because of how predictable it was. I thought, for example, that the plot of the story. I'm not going to spoil it, but I'll tell you the plot. Morgan, who's the girl, and Gabe, who is the guy. Gabe had a perfect 5 o'clock shadow for 4 days in a row,
Yeah.
maybe
No
a week
shaving.
in 10. He didn't shave, constant 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock shadow. Amazing. So it's a gift from the Lord that he was able to
Mm,
keep it up that long. Um,
it's amazing.
they were, Gabe is madly in love with Morgan. He's been in love with her since they were kids. And Morgan is not obsessed with her work. She's just obsessed with the Bills and happens to be like an amazing children's doctor. That
That
turns
never
out
works.
oh yeah, there was one scene in the hospital where they had Bills players and had lots of Bills stuff, and that was the whole point there. Now Gabe works for the Bills organization. They don't really say what he does. He's helped building the new stadium. But apparently he's well
I
connected.
think he just gave speeches.
Yeah, he's apparently really well connected that he can get players to come to events, and that's amazing. And so Gabe is madly in love with Morgan. Morgan has never figured it out. They were neighbors since they were children. Morgan was raised by her mother and her uncle, her mother's brother.
Mhm.
And the story is that Morgan's uncle, who I forget his name, was it Tommy? Was receiving gifts from an anonymous person for like 60 years or something like that since he
Yeah, I think it
was
was 50 years, but close
since
enough.
he was drafted in Vietnam.
Yeah.
And it turns out Gabe so in love with Morgan. Morgan wants to find out who's doing it, and so Gabe is willing to give up all his time because he so loves Morgan that they look for the person. And I had first thought that the person sending the gifts was Santa Claus because he was in the film the whole time. And the twist there is, well, that's the twist.
Yeah.
And not going to spoil it today. Maybe you love Hallmark movies. You just haven't gotten around to watch Holiday Touchdown, a Bill's love story. But it was so cheesy. It was so funny how predictable the scenes were. Did you see the scene when they went into the attic of that store?
Yeah.
She turned the lights on, and it was a perfect nostalgic retro Christmas set that was just ready to be turned on when the lights in the room got turned on.
Oh yeah, definitely. The
Um,
thing about this movie though is if you've seen any other Hallmark movie, you would have already known how this ended anyway.
oh
So it's
yeah,
like, you're not really spoiling anything, Dave, because everyone that's watched these have already knows how it's going to end.
they're gonna fall in love, guys. That's the kicker. Um, that's the thing. Um, what is
I
going on?
think
I'm not.
my favorite part was the first scene when she was in the sports bar with her date there,
Oh
and
man.
he just gets up and leaves. It's like, dude, really? That's what you do?
Yeah.
Because she likes the Bills. So he just it's like, dude, first of all, you're at a sports bar. What'd you think was gonna happen? You know? And he just gets up and leaves. And just leaves her there. Although she was a little over the top on the celebration and cheering. It was a little much. I thought she was having an attack of some sort at first.
It was
But
a little shoehorned in. Like I texted you like I think she's a fake fan.
yeah. Yeah,
It's like
that was a little odd. But
um
so based on that, maybe I would have left too, you know?
there's nothing. What is that? There's nothing perfect about a Hallmark Christmas movie. No, no, no. It was perfectly cheesy, Kelly.
Yeah.
It was so cheesy. I I ate it up. You ever watch a film that is so cheesy that you're just like, you know what? We've crossed from bad back into good again.
Well, who was the guy that was on American Idol that was so bad he became famous?
Is
I don't
that
remember his.
Gammon Style or whatever?
Yeah, he was
Um,
so bad he became famous. So it's like that's what I think that's Hallmark's, you know, I think that's the train they're riding on.
I
For
I'm ready
it's
to get on board, Ken. I am ready to get on board. I thought it was so cheesy that I just loved it. It was so predictable, and I
yeah.
knew it was coming, and I enjoyed the ride. I don't know if I'm supposed to enjoy the ride, but that's why I even wore this flannel because I thought it'd match for our segment on this. I would say so. Here's just some things real quick. Is it William Hung? It sounds like I think that's probably who that was that Ken's talking about there.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sounds
so they do so well because they're predictable and safe. LOL, you know what you're getting into. That is completely true.
I
All right,
will
so
give it that. I will give it that. It's you're not gonna have scenes that pop up that are like, "Whoa,"
yeah.
close your eyes, kids. I will give him that.
So would I say this was friendly to children? Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
You would have as a parent, if you're going to watch this with your family, it's totally safe. It was clean. There was nothing even suggestive. I don't recall a single bad word. They didn't take the Lord's name in vain.
No.
Um, I was, if you, okay, so in that respect, it was great.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with
Uh,
that.
yeah, yeah, here it is. I did like that it was clean. Yeah, they were modest. None of the women were wearing inappropriate clothing. There was no woke crap. Yeah, no, and no adult content. That's
Yeah.
that it. That nothing. Can't say anything better than that. If it was cheesy, yeah, but I thought it was personally
100%.
cheesy in all the right ways. Yes, it was definitely appropriate for the family to watch, and maybe now I can't speak to it because I haven't watched in the years past, but yeah, it was definitely family friendly. Spiritually, it wasn't spiritually antagonistic, so there's no anti-Christian themes. I
Yeah.
did think that they said we're gonna have. So this is something that bothered me. In Buffalo, they would never say, "Hey, I can't wait for us to get to the holiday party." There was some of that going on, um, but
Well, it's kinda like when they do their I don't know if it's Hallmark. I think Hallmark does one where it's set in an 1800s town and the guys are all clean shaven, they're all wearing clean clothes, look like they all just took showers that morning, which in reality, when you see real pictures of that era, everyone's dirty,
oh
dirty
yeah,
clothes, the buildings are dirty. You get a bath like once a month if you're lucky, and it's
yeah.
it's 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 hilarious. It's hilarious.
But yeah,
But just
we did the bingo. Um, I just laughed when this is probably what made it the funniest to me is how they've made the bingo card and it just lined up. Um, Sadly, none of the streets were closed. My wife did not tell me let's watch one more, or we did do an awe. There was an awe that was said, but it was mostly because it was ridiculous. Um, uh, there was constant the hot cocoa forever. There was
Oh my word.
drinking of beverages the whole way through.
Yeah.
Um,
I made a comment about that at one point.
that the festive festive sweater sightings, they were more
Oh,
just trying to wear as much Bills paraphernalia as possible, so that I half counted.
yeah, there was a lot of sweaters, but not necessarily festive. I said, "Well, look at all the ugly sweaters," but there weren't like a lot of them weren't even Christmas sweaters.
Yeah,
They're just ugly sweaters.
I
But
do
yeah,
think that the Bills thing was solely to get men to watch.
yeah. Which
Um,
don't know if that would work. Don't know if it worked. I guess.
I think, and then putting in a Hallmark movie was also to try to get women to watch football. I think that's the ticket.
Yeah. Again, I
Um,
don't think that's gonna do it. But
I think that you got to be raised that way to be a woman really into football. You got to be in that kind of family where dad and your grandpa are really committed to it, and it's your big thing you do every Sunday, you know.
yeah, yeah,
Um, but I don't know that, like, because last year the football Christmas movie was with the Chiefs, and the Chiefs was because Taylor Swift's boyfriend, now I think they're engaged, is on the Chiefs, and so they use that hoping they can continue to get women into the NFL
was that
somehow. So
Hallmark?
that was a Hallmark movie. The Chiefs won last year, and this
Okay.
was the one this year. Um, yeah, what is it? My dad was into it, but I didn't grow up with it. I grew up with my stepdad, and he liked football. Yeah, watching sports is incredibly boring. I'd rather watch. So, Kelly, I can relate to this. I'd rather play than watch. But as because I got in the ministry, I've started watching sports, and I actually kind of enjoy watching sports now. I only
I
watch
like
hockey.
if I'm with a bunch of people and they want to watch football, I'll watch football.
Yeah,
I'll gladly watch the Super Bowl, and part of that is having the Super Bowl party.
yeah,
But by myself, I don't generally watch football. I can take it. I don't hate it. I'll watch a game, but I'm not like into it. I didn't grow up like my dad wasn't heavy into football either. So it's like I didn't grow up watching football. So I think it's more. It can be almost like an inherited thing. If you grow
yeah,
up in that environment, you're gonna watch football. My wife's family, big football fans. We've been to some crazy Super Bowl parties and, so I always enjoyed that. But by myself, I could take it or leave it.
yeah. And I think the whole connecting it to the Hallmark Channel was an avenue by which maybe I don't know which party did it, but maybe the NFL and Hallmark worked together to help women more watch the sport, because this is a really nerdy thing. Um, the NFL has maximum saturation amongst males in North America. Like, you can't. There's no more men to get to watch it. Not really. So you
Right,
have to then reach into the other gender, the other sex, to increase viewership and increase sales. And
right.
that's why I think that she was even more so than the guy wearing all the swag. So that
Yeah,
I can imagine the NFL is selling pretty well amongst women right now because of the gear that she had on. So I yeah, but really, this is just analyzing the film. The Bills element was just to as like a subplot to like base it in reality, as opposed to like big city woman moves to small city town, meets small city guy, they fall in love, the end.
yeah.
Now it's based in reality, which is watch people running races. I enjoy that. My husband thinks it's boring. I can get it.
Now if you're in a car race, that might be different, but people
I
race.
got into hockey because I was in ministry. So I said I'm going to start watching a sport so I'm not weird and I can relate to people.
Yeah,
And then all the sports guys at church are like, "Wow, you could talk shop and you know what's going on." And then I ended up liking it. So Ken and I have been to a hockey game together. I want to do that again. It was a
oh,
lot of fun.
yeah,
Um,
definitely.
But yeah. So anyway, just wrapping up, I enjoyed it. I actually really enjoyed it. I will watch another one. Hopefully, I enjoy it as much as this one. What about you, Ken?
I had a hard time getting into it because the version I watched had literally probably 45 minutes of commercials throughout the whole thing. So it kept interrupting what was going on. So I did enjoy making fun of it. It was sappy. I am looking forward to watching the next one just to compare the two because to be honest, I don't watch much Hallmark movies. So I'd like to see how the next one compares to this one. See if the idea is true that yes, they're all the same or are they different. So yeah, and which one are we watching next, Dave?
I'm looking at the list right now. The one that you had expressed interest in was, let me see if I could find it here. It's the military one.
Yeah.
Let's go to the premieres. So we're not gonna watch the Mistletoe Murders. I mean, maybe
Please
if you
no.
want, you could watch that one on your own there. The movie guide. Let's go to the movie guide. Oh man. So one of let me go to video. I'm gonna pull it up on our screen here in a second here. There is there is so much that we could watch here. Let me pull it up over here, and because a family member of ours sent us this picture, and I want to make sure I have it properly here. It was the military one. Someone in the chat,
Yeah.
find me which one's the military one, so that I can talk about that one.
It'll be the military one, everybody.
Yeah, let me go. I'm about there now. Where is it? I do want to watch, apparently, because I was told the three wise men and a baby, or the three wisest men. That's a one that's a good one, apparently. The
Is that the Jonas Brothers one?
Oh, we are, by the way, just so everyone out there knows, we will be watching the Jonas Brothers Christmas and reporting on that one as well next week. So you're gonna
different
get
one, isn't it?
that's on the Disney Plus. We will be reporting on that one. So you're probably going to get a double feature of movie reviews coming up, where we're going to watch the Jonas Christmas movie and then the military Hallmark film. That the Hallmark film pending will change because we have a family member who might say, you guys need to watch this one instead, but we will share with you. I can't find it right now, and I'm really searching here.
It'll be a surprise.
Yeah, Holiday for Heroes.
I don't think
I love the Mistletoe Murders or Welcome Home Warrior.
Any one of them.
Oh man, that's a really good one too. And there's the sequel. Oh man,
it'll be a surprise. It'll be a surprise.
Oh no, no military ones. It'll be too sad. Oh,
or
military
cheesy
Christmas ones. It'll be excellent. But yes, we'll be watching the Jonas Brothers one, and I think it's a military one. Ken and I will, because I don't have it pulled up. I should have had it pulled up. We will announce that as we get closer. There's one called Christmas Above the Clouds. That sounds.
Those are people who died.
They're on a plane, and there's something on the wing. So there's that for you.
That sounds like a Twilight Zone movie that they had out. There was a monster on the plane.
They have a show
the plane
called
wing.
Baked with Love. Is this a 10 talented pairs of home bakers showcase their signature family holiday bakes? Maybe I'll watch that one and report back to you. How's that sound? I'll watch the holiday cooking show and I'll report back to you. Ay. Well, let's wrap that up.
Yeah, let's move on.
I don't think I'm supposed to admit I like that, am I? I'm not supposed to like it. But I do, guys. I did. I really did.
All right, next segment, everybody. Here we go. I think we're having problems tonight with some of our video, but anyway, we are going on to the next segment. The truth will set you free. And David, take it away.
All right, so I'm just going to do this one, just something real quick, because it's Thanksgiving week, so we should give thanks. And so what I looked at, just something about giving thanks. And so Psalm 118, this is verses 1 through 4. I'm reading it from the ESV, so hang in there. Oh, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good, for his steadfast love endures forever. Let all Israel say his steadfast love endures forever. Let the house of Aaron say his steadfast love endures forever. Let those who fear the Lord say that his steadfast love endures forever. So this psalm was sang by Moses right after they were delivered out of Egypt. And so this psalm would have been read at Passover every year. Why? Because the people were delivered. And so Moses, this big grandfatherly leader of all the millions of people, would cry out to the nation of Israel, and there'd be millions that came through the Red Sea that left Egypt, and he'd say, give thanks to the Lord. And you can imagine, we're talking about the Bills, that arena is probably loud. Imagine 1 million+ people saying back to Moses, his steadfast love endures forever.
Yeah.
And so that's what they're saying. They are thankful for the fact that God delivered them out of Egypt. Now, just something about Egypt. Egypt is constantly used as a place of trial and torment and failure in the Old Testament. Egypt was a place where the Jews were because of the Joseph had led them there for the time during the famine many hundred years before. But what happens over time is Egypt stopped being a place of safety and started being really a gilded trap. A lot of things are gilded traps today. So, for example, like what's in your pocketbook, what's in your bank account. People trust in these things that don't last, that will fail, that'll fall apart. There's so many comfortable cages, and the world loves a comfortable cage. Egypt is a comfortable cage.
Yep.
Why? Because in Egypt, they had a place to sleep. They had food regularly. They had grown over hundreds of years familiar with the ins and outs of Egyptian society. But that was not where God wanted the people to be. He wanted them to be in the promised land. And what had happened is Egypt had stopped being a good place. Egypt had become a new Pharaoh's dynasty had taken over. And this Pharaoh hated the Israelite people. He hated them.
Yeah.
So what did he do? Well, he ordered the murder of their sons. He ordered their women to lie when babies were born. He increased their workload, but also wouldn't provide them, in the case they had to make bricks, he wouldn't provide them the hay to make the bricks. So he made work harder, made them have to do more, did not provide for them to do the work. And if they didn't do the work, they were going to be killed. He was trying to kill their children, and he kept them enslaved. But God had decided that God had promised them this land, and they were going to go there. Imagine, if you will, this is all you've ever known. In fact, this is all that your parents and your grandparents have ever known. They were used to these gilded cages. And yeah, it was starting to get hard, but God was saying it is time to leave. And so all of Israel had to break off and break out of this gilded cage of Egypt, break out of their comfort and the thing that they were used to, and obey God and go into the wilderness.
Yep.
And so they did. And not only did they do that, you have to remember, Pharaoh, in my understanding of Pharaoh is a demon-possessed man. In Egyptian religion, Pharaoh is a god. And so he's got some sort of power. In the book of Exodus, the magicians in Pharaoh's court do actual magic.
Yep.
That's just what the text says. And so demonic energy is all throughout Pharaoh's court. He is a god. He's probably possessed by a demon. And the Hebrew people, the Israelite people, have to obey God, and they leave. And when they leave, not only do they see the 10 plagues over Egypt, which I can't imagine, they also literally walk through the Red Sea, and it's like as if walking on dry land.
Mm-hmm.
And you can imagine these people have seen great miracles. Their children were spared because of the Passover lamb blood. And so when Moses leads them into this thing, he's saying, God is good, his steadfast love endures forever. These are a people who have seen God move and deliver in a big way, a bigger way than we can imagine. And so what we see here is he says, let all of Israel say it. So that's today, every believer is to say, yes, God, his love endures forever. The next thing it says, let the house of Aaron say. The house of Aaron were the priests. So that's like basically saying, hey, your church, your little local body, they also, your pastors need to say this.
Yeah.
And how many pastors will say it because they get paid? But how many of them actually are like, yeah, I know what it means to be delivered by God.
Yeah.
There's a lot of professionals out there. A lot of people
Yeah.
are really good at administrating a church, but how many of them actually believe it?
Right. Yeah.
And then again, he repeats himself. He says, let those who fear the Lord say his steadfast love endures forever. When something is repeated in the Old Testament, this is just a nice tip for everybody forever. It's because in the Hebrew grammar, when something is repeated, it's like putting an exclamation mark on it.
Right.
And it's like when your dad or your mom would say, clean your room, clean your room, clean your room. You should be thinking, I should clean my room.
Probably a good idea.
You need to pay attention here. When God is saying, say this, say this, say this, you need to be paying attention here. You need to proclaim his steadfast love endures forever. So here's a cool thing, Ken. I shared this at a nursing home yesterday afternoon. And there's a lady with a breather on, old woman. I'm sharing this. And this woman who should probably not have stood up. She stood up out of her chair with her breather and she said, his steadfast love endures forever. This is a woman who has to be in a care facility 24/7. And she was with her heart, his steadfast love endures forever. You and I, our calling as men, as fathers, in your case as a grandfather, is to be like Moses and remind our families that his steadfast love endures forever. And it's delivered me out of countless situations, those known and those unknown by me. And I'm sure you could testify the same again and again. And so this Thanksgiving, be thankful for his steadfast love. Now, just a reminder, steadfast doesn't mean, hey, I'm tired, so I'm not going to do this today. Right. God is tireless. God is able to do that which men cannot. God does not need sleep. God does not need food. God does not change. God doesn't have a shifting temperaments where one day he's happy and the next day he's mad. God is consistent. So I was thinking about like this. One thing that I've noticed about children is they'll ask in the middle of the night, is the sun going? When is morning coming? And they ask that because they sometimes really think that morning's not going to come. You and I, we're adults. We can hide that. But we are also kind of afraid that maybe tomorrow won't be like today.
Yeah.
In fact, the worst thing in the world that you and I own is one of these things, because at any moment, this can change everything.
Yeah. Yeah, and I struggle with that sometimes. It's like, God is always taking care of us, and when the economy's doing this, though, sometimes I start forgetting. I start forgetting that, and yet God still always provides. And then I'll get into last several years. Sometimes we'll go through dry spells where I'm not signing any contracts for several months, and I start getting antsy. And we're riding on our backlog, and then but I look back through all that. God has always provided. We've never been without. We've never been without work. And it's like, then I start feeling ashamed of myself. I'm like, why am I thinking this way? When the Bible says be anxious for nothing.
Yes.
Ultimately, God can take everything away from any one of us.
That's
and sometimes that happens. But if you are in Christ, what are you really losing? You're not losing anything. That's
And
important,
that's the
you know?
key.
Yeah,
We have to remind ourselves, just like how you remind a child, the sun is going to rise in the morning. Our
yeah,
steadfast God is still steadfast always. We have to be confident in him, and we have to declare to ourselves and also declare to our families and our friends that his love endures forever. Um,
yep,
when you do that, there's nothing you can't get through. If you are
right,
not a believer, hear me really quickly. You are standing on shifting sand. You are not on a firm foundation. Tomorrow could be completely different than today, and there's nothing you can do. The what you think is holding you up can disappear in a heartbeat. We can
mhm,
wake up tomorrow morning and the economy collapses. You could wake up tomorrow morning and you suddenly have a health condition that you never even saw coming. You can get a phone call that you never wanted to get. But here's the
yep,
thing, with Christ, with Jesus himself, you stand on a foundation that will never give out from underneath you. You have a person, because Jesus is a person. He's 100% God, 100% man. You have a person who does not change. And,
mhm.
Ken, I don't know about you. If I miss 2 nights sleep, I'm not a nice person.
Yeah,
If
if I miss one night, I'm not a nice person.
God doesn't have that problem.
Nope,
He does not change. He is not like us. Jesus is constant. He is
yep,
constant. And so when you're going into Thanksgiving this year, grab on to that constant, unchanging, always loving, steadfast God.
yep, absolutely, absolutely. No, I agree 100%. You know, it's like you said, one phone call can change everything. You could find out tomorrow you have cancer. You could find out tomorrow
Yep.
you have terminal cancer, you know? And those who are not in Christ, what hope do you have? If you're hanging on to your health as your hope for continuing on, or your wealth or anything, that can all disappear.
Yep.
And but Christ will not disappear. So,
Amen.
absolutely.
Well, I hope everyone has a happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Ken, I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving this week. And I already wished you Merry Christmas. So Merry Christmas to everyone else
Mm,
as well.
yes. Right, and we will be back a week from Thursday. So Thursday
Yes.
is Thanksgiving, obviously. We'll be back the following week, same time, same channel.
Yeah, that'll be on December the 4th, everybody. So same time, and we'll see you then.
See you.